Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another installment of Beer Therapy. We're live.
Like property taxes. We come around a couple times a year. Only hope we were a little bit better than that. Who's let me flip over. I'm a little out of practice, Johnny, but I did bring up the YouTube so I could see who was in the chat.
Right.
So we got Rob and Brett. Good to see you. Grumpy Rob. Brett Berlin, of course, who now goes by, well, he still does go by Brett D. Berlin. Did you have the D, Brett? I don't remember the D being there in the past. We don't want to also suppose that D is for it. We got Mark Brown. Good to see you. Travis Tyler. Gary Lewis. OG's Playground. What's going on with Rob Acker's Playground? What the hell? OG's Playground.
It's whatever he wants.
Oh, Jesus. Jason Esser. The wooden man himself in a galaxy far, far away. We did indeed, Jason. We did indeed. One night only. Until the next night.
Yeah, until the next night. Yeah.
Who knows? Snow might be falling again by the time we do one of those.
Oh, shit.
But we did figure it was time to have a chat over God knows what else. So we got a couple topics. We got a couple things to talk about.
Yeah.
And I think what we're gonna start with is okay, so just because it's in the name Johnny, we got to do something beard wise, and then I don't give a fuck at that point, right?
Yeah,
we can choose to or not choose to.
Right.
But you put it in the title tonight of the show, this IFRA business, which started to become more of a thing after I quit kind of buying, and now I guess is just ruling or imposing its weight on companies. It's really kind of pissing me off, and I don't even buy stuff anymore. So let me go to you because you stay dialed in. And this obviously goes to the chat as well. What is going on with these MFers? What power do they have? And I mean, really, do we have to adhere to them? Because I got a couple ideas once we get going. Right. So what you think, JG?
Well, from what I understand, and I don't have like, a whole like wealth of knowledge. I'm not like Dan C. That his video, if you watch it, is like very informative. But basically, it's a group that they test the fragrances that go into not just beard oils and stuff like that, but like all like cosmetics, things like that. Anything that pretty much goes on your skin, and they test these things and they find like the appropriate levels that are safe for the products. So, and it's all suggested use that you follow what they're saying, because God forbid if you make a product and it injures somebody, your customer, and you're not following these guidelines, like it me as the consumer who's injured has a better case to sue you as the company owner because you didn't go by these guidelines. And it's up to the company, if they want to follow these guidelines or not, because they are these guidelines. It's not a federally regulated thing yet. It's not like it's they have to do it. It's literally like guidelines that they should follow to make sure they have a safe product, basically. And
I get the feeling a lot of companies are following it because, like you said, they don't want to find themselves in a lawsuit for something.
I mean, yeah, because God forbid, you want to cover yourself. You as a company owner, if I started a beard company, which I won't ever do.
We almost did. We almost did for a minute there.
We almost did. Yeah, we almost did. I'll say never. I'll say never say never, and never stopping. With that, but we'll see. And what is it? I would follow those guidelines. I would definitely follow those guidelines because, like, I don't ever want to. That's why I have a huge. That's why I never sold my soap, because I was so scared of like somebody getting hurt and all that stuff. That's why I never sold it. And because I just I always had that fear in the back of my head. And like if someone gets burned or whatever have you, and you're just not, if you don't follow those guidelines, like the lawsuit that you could bring to a company as more grounds. You have more grounds to win your suit because they're not following the suggested guidelines. It's like they matter. They don't matter when nothing happens, but when something happens, they're looked at. Like they're considered. Like the you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
So like it's
James Pershing thought you didn't sell your soap because you couldn't find the post office.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, post office is a tricky. That thing keeps moving around, man.
It does. It's really hard to nail that thing down.
You know, and like they don't have a lot of staff.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, but the post office is in bad shape.
Yeah.
In real bad shape.
No, my local post office, which is tiny, that seems to do just fine. They're always in the same building that they have been since like 1900 or whatever it's been. All right, so here's what I'm saying. Like, I know one time I reacted, my skin reacted in a like kind of rashy fashion once to an oil. And I was like, okay, got a rash, what have you. I'm not going to use the fucking oil. All right.
Mm-hmm.
In all our years doing beard therapy, in all our years just being involved with beard knowledge, I have yet to hear, other than one-offs, which I attribute to a person's individual body chemistry reacting to the product, not the product, because we didn't hear it that I can remember. We haven't heard repeated times of the company. And I'm thinking, like, being the scent guy, I want all the scent in the world I can get. I don't want a scent dying out in 4 hours. I want scent that's going to knock, me out of my socks.
Uh-huh.
So it would seem that this is me not owning a beard business, etc. My dumb ass. But like, if you had repeat customers, right? Gary's in the office. He knows a thing or two about selling beard products.
Yeah.
If you keep seeing some guys over the course of years and years, regular customers, what if you had like a private stock of the good stuff? Like the stuff that you were making in 2018-19, the stuff that had all the punch in the world, all the who cares about the alphabet soup, organization.
Right.
And if those selected customers requested it, they know you, they know your product, they're repeat guys or gals, they get it. But if you don't want to risk it as a company, you don't risk it with new or newer customers. But it's just effing the customer, man. And I'm no blame on the beard companies. Obviously, they want to stay within the lines, but at the same time,
a
lot of dudes like having that, and particularly dudes that want to use this as a cheaper version of fragrance, who don't want to drop $100 on a fragrance. You'd rather drop $20 on a beard oil with pop and have that be their fragrance, their smell or smells of the days of the week, etc. If that thing's fading out in 4 hours, who wants to constantly carry that damn bottle around and reapply 3-4 times a day?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my take. I'm going to look at the chat real quick while we've been talking about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely scents that are still the same strength. They're just under they're under they're under the percentages that there need to be and all that stuff. So like Gary said, it's not just scent strength. It's about safety. It's all about safety.
And Corey from Weatherbeard's in here too. So I don't know. I'm reading their comments right now. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Gary says.
I mean, even if you had them sign a waiver or something like that, it's still like you're still risking your whole business. Yeah, and no, Gary, I don't know. Not if it's going to be my main source of income. Not if it's not a supplementary source. But everything was going fine. No one had issues. No one had fucking issues. I mean, the way things were, testing hundreds of oils and stuff like that. I've never had there was a reaction once, but it wasn't even my reaction. It was my kid's reaction. I wore a particular beard oil. Yeah. And she came in, I gave my daughter a hug. Yeah. And her face went against my beard, and the particular oil I had on, she had a reaction, and we had to go run to, urgent care to so they can pump her up with basically Benadryl. Basically, they gave her Benadryl because they were like, we don't want to give her epinephrine or an EpiPen or anything like that. So they just gave her Benadryl. She couldn't breathe and stuff like that. So She just had an allergic reaction to
Right.
whatever the oil I had on my face. But other than that, over the years that I was, doing this stuff, I never had a reaction to anything, and yeah, I just never came across it,
Because obviously having gone into fragrances, you always hear about reformulations, like year X's, let's say Fahrenheit isn't nearly like 10 years ago's Fahrenheit and stuff like that, because they also are dealing with reformulations and kind of cutting the nuts out of the strength of the fragrance and, all those other chemical and molecular kind of things going on, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know, man.
Yeah, I mean,
it just pisses me off, I guess.
I hate to because I was talking to a company and who's not live yet. They haven't gone. They're not public yet. Well, they're not online. They don't have online sales yet. And I saw that they had a scent that I was really interested in, and it was like it was a crunchberry scent. And I like these now. Like I'm if I get a beard product, it's either like because it's a new company and I want to give them a shot, or like a company comes out with a profile that I'm like, yeah, I just gotta get it. Just gotta get it. Like the Mountain Dew, Baja Blast scent from Anointed AK. I looked at that, I was like, yeah, I gotta get that. There's just no, you know what I mean? I mean, the Baja Blast is its own culture.
Yeah,
they have Baja Blast like hot sauce now, and it's like it's like Baja Blast everything. So I was like, I really like that soda. I really like that. So I'm like, I want that. So like that's how I make my purchases now.
Yeah.
So like for me to buy something, like a company has to come up with something like for me to get it,
right?
And because I don't buy it anymore. I may get back into it because like I was like I kind of want to review again, and I have like a whole thing of what I want to do. I came up with a way to show like how much oil is left on your hairs even after the dry down period. So like how some people they're like, oh, I touched my beard and I still have oil on my hands and all that. So like if I can like let an oil dry down on my beard and then show how much oil is left over, if it's a lot, if it's a little, like I want to add that to my reviews because like that's a thing that may concern some people. So I have a whole in my head how I want to do it and everything like that. It's just getting the execution.
So yeah, well, the video is always 100% in your head.
Oh yeah, always, yeah. Oh, and my videos are awesome. I got special effects. I got lights. I got dancing girls. I got everything up in my shit.
Jason Esser, to answer your question, what I just started doing, like literally, like I'm on spring break right now, and I tried this the week before last. I have some. All I have outside of a couple scents is a couple different non-scented butters. And I know 2 or 3 fragrances I'm going to wear a lot in the warmer months. So what I did, because I'm long over the idea that, alcohol can't touch my beard. I'm long over that. I'm more of the scuba philosophy where there's a lot worse shit that goes in your beard. You're not going to destroy your beard if certain things get in it. So what I did is I gave X amount of spritzes into the top layer, however much was left into the in the butter. I just try to cover the surface area without drenching it, but just giving a good cover, let it set for a day or two, and then popped it on. And it was beautiful. It was right there. It was total scent immersion. You got the fragrance itself, then you got it in the beard. It lasted based on the amount of sprays I gave 4 to 6 hours, although I could detect whiffs of it about 8 hours in, even though it wasn't that strong. And I was like, that's all I need. Why? Yes, I'm not getting the moisture or properties. And remember, I'm the scent guy. I couldn't care less about the oils per se. I'm all about the scent. So if I can do that, I'll buy 5 or 6 unscented oils and customize them to the fragrances I wear the most. And I'm dialed in for a year. And I quit wearing oil anyway. For my purposes, I felt that butter was better for me. I didn't need to double dip in the oil and butter.
Yeah. Sometimes it's just, especially this length.
Yeah,
like
right.
This length right here, it's like I can choose whatever I want, like oil, butter, or one of each, or what I'm saying. Like it's all good.
But I remember it was about 3 to 4 years ago, right before COVID. It was a year before COVID, and I had an after school duty I was recording like during this after school duty. I was recording like United Beers of America because I was still doing that. I actually even still was doing reviews that time. And I remember on Lump's video, Lump's channel, he came up with a video that said why I quit using oil, or I'm going to quit using oil stuff. And I was like, what the fuck? So
when you hear that, you're like, what?
Yeah, because at that point, it's like more prodding. But just keep shoving shit into the beard.
Right.
Clean it, to condition it, to butter it, to balming. We're just putting all kinds of stuff in at that point in time. It was a beautiful thing. But that was the first time I was like, huh. And I don't know. And that is what he did. He went butter only, just as far as like daily products. I still think he was using conditioner, shampoo, what have you. But that's the first time I heard it. And I didn't act on it at that time because I'm like, okay, well, for each his own. But then, like you said, when I started wearing it post-COVID, once the mask came off, and I'm like, I'm just going to keep it this length. It's better for school, et cetera, et cetera.
I remember when you were saying that you wanted to keep it that length. And it's crazy because like now I have like the full opportunity to just I can do it however I want. I can have it super long because I'm in a different field altogether. I stopped driving. I even let go of my CDL. My CDL is gone. I don't have it anymore. There's no like, oh, maybe I'll go back to driving but no, there's no more to that. No more. That I'm gone from that whole industry, the whole thing. Yeah. And like I don't have to public speak anymore. I don't have to do like any of the shit I used to have to do. Like I'm not stressed at all. Like, I don't have to worry about like the safety of all these kids and shit like that. I'm so done with that. So like, and like I can grow the beard as long as I want. I asked them, I was like, do you guys care? And they're like, no, we don't really care. Just when you're dealing with medication and all that stuff, if your beard is that long, don't let it get into the medication. Oh, okay, that's fine. That's perfect. Yeah. And so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna let it grow. And then I don't know what happened. My wife was like, you know what? I don't think I like it that long, like like the beard that long. And I was like, nothing I could do about it. It's what God gave me. No, but but so like, no, but she was like, you trim it back. And I was like, okay. So she wanted me to trim it back. So this is why it's like this now. Yeah. And but yeah. I
just like it. We got some more people in the chat, by the way, Johnny. I saw.
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah. I'm like, wow.
We got Jeff in here. Jeff Pyle, good to see you, sir. Dagan's in here. Trying to think. Chris says, I'm on spring break. Aren't we happy that I'm not, wearing a banana hammock and something else? Chris, you only see me from like the pecs down. You have no clue what's going on. And as we've known from select episodes in the past, if I feel like giving a clue, get ready to close your eyes. Gary, everything's good family-wise. No issues. We're going to talk about some of my plans coming up here for the summer, Johnny. I'm getting fired up.
All right.
Camo Cam is also in the house. Good to see you, sir. Told me he doesn't use oil or balm either. That's from Corey. I'm just catching up. GS scent duration for me, scent duration for me was nice. Grindstone oils. Yeah, Johnny's been talking very positively about the grindstone oils in our wrestling group chat. I know Johnny's a fan of theirs. Yeah. And I know that they got one of your scents that you kind of passed that along to Grindstone. That catches me up chat wise, making sure.
Oh, the accelerator. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the accelerator. My boy Brian, Bearded and Winning, my frag, and Diablo from way down in Tejas. Good to see you, Diablo. I was going to say something, son of a bitch. I can't remember what it was. So anyway, a couple of things I wanted to mention to you is number one is, it's spring break. So this is like when I get caught up with my doctors, right? Uh-huh. So I'm going to a couple doctors tomorrow. And I've lost some weight, and I set the goal for the year at 100 pounds.
Okay.
I was down 40 until spring break, and then I've been living it up. And I told myself, all right, I'm going to drink tonight with JG, and then I'm going to restart everything and keep going.
All right.
Because we are going on Well, just losing the weight obviously is a good idea. If I can lose 100 pounds, then that means I probably need to lose 100 pounds, right?
Okay.
It's just a matter of getting my ass together. And just, dude, arthritis has just become such a bitch, dude.
Ah,
And I know I still got like a decade on you, but at least a decade on you. You're early 40s now, right, Johnny?
I'm 40 now. I turned.
Okay, yeah. So I got a decade and a half on you, son. Yeah, man, it just does not get good. It just does not get good. So mainly it was just for joints and stuff. But I decided during Christmas break, I'm like, let's just fucking throw all caution and money to the wind, and let's have just a killer vacation. So last time, probably all my kids are going to have a chance to go on a vacation together. So here's what we are planning, Johnny Grooves.
Uh-huh.
Last day of school is June 8th. I'm taking off June 7th.
Okay.
We are leaving from Pittsburgh on a train, all 6 of us. On a train, never ridden on a train before, short distances in California, but never across country, just like 100 miles or something. We go Pittsburgh to Chicago, okay? Chicago, we've got a layover, so we're going to see a little bit of Chicago. That's relatively close to Chicago's Union Station. Be back in the afternoon, then we go Chicago to Albuquerque. We disembark in Albuquerque.
Oh, nice.
We would want to spend more time in Albuquerque, but really Albuquerque was the best place, because eventually we're going to wind up in California, but Albuquerque was the best place that was close to a rental car and to where we were going. We're going to see some Arizona too, but Flagstaff, which would have been perfect because we're staying there, you can't get a rental car very easily from the train station. So we're going to drive from Albuquerque. We're going to drive into Arizona. We're going to spend roughly 5-6 days in Arizona, Gary Lewis's old stomping grounds. We're going to stay in Flagstaff. And we're going to do Sedona. We're going to do the Grand Canyon. We're going to drive up to the Utah border and do Monument Valley, which I'm seriously psyched about.
Nice.
Beautiful area. Then we're going to hop down. We're going to do a night in Phoenix, a night in Tucson. Then we're going to go from Tucson to San Diego, my old stomping grounds. First time I've been there in 20 some odd years. Show my kids where I grew up, all that kind of stuff. Just kind of give them a sense of what made dad dad.
Right.
That old vibe. Do the beach, do the world's biggest zoo, all that kind of bullshit. And then show them some cool places. And then Ariana, and the girls too, they want to go up to LA, Hollywood in particular.
Okay.
Johnny, the last time I drove in LA, I fucking hated driving in LA, and that was 25 years ago. All right. I cannot imagine driving in it, but I'm not letting my wife drive in LA. There's no thing I'm letting. They're none. All right. So I'll be driving. We're going to go to the Sequoias. The Redwoods are a little too far north. So we're going to take a drive up to the Sequoias.
Wow.
We're going to see the Walk of Fame. We're going to do a studio tour for Ariana. We're going to go down to Santa Monica Piers and drive Highway 1, Pacific Coast Highway for a while. So 3 weeks. June 7th, we'll get back into Pittsburgh June 27th or 28th.
Wow.
Madcap, fucking balls to the wall, 5th gear all the way, not a lot of resting. But I think it'll be one of those kinds of things that they'll all take with them. And who knows, maybe alter where the hell they want to live.
Yeah, that's true.
Go see the West, be it New Mexico, Arizona, Cali, Oregon, Washington, any of those kinds of places, a whole different vibe than out here,
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's cool. Like, I would like to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. You know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to join you. I'm just going to go out. I'm just going to be like, yeah, I'm here. What's up, guys? That would be awesome. That's a long vacation, though.
It is. And I think it was a Jason Esther just something this trip sounds like a full-time job.
Oh yeah.
It is, Jason, but the youngest kids are 17, so they're all self-functional. All we got to do is keep from blood being let, and it's going to be that's it. It's not like I've got snot-nosed 4-year-olds and I got to do that.
Right,
that whole thing. I got almost adults plus adults.
Yeah.
It's going to be killer. It's going to be busy, but it's going to be killer.
Yeah, just make sure they don't get into fights and stuff like that, and
right. or maybe do so depending on who's that day. I wouldn't mind leaving them behind at a train stop. We'll be back in 3 weeks.
There you go. That's it.
Learn what homeless life is all about. So you want to do better in school.
Yeah, figure it out.
Yeah,
figure it out.
You little bastards.
Oh man.
Oh, Jay Cruz is in the house. He would love to see OG Rob on Beard Therapy in 2023. Well, Jay, there's no doubt, there's no guarantee there is going to be another beer therapy in
Yeah.
2020. Like Johnny and I planned this shit.
Yeah, right.
But yes, all of a sudden, Rob, he was on Scott's show not too long ago.
Uh-huh.
So he's not a shrinking violet anymore. Not that he ever was a shrinking violet. He was just chat reticent, live stream reticent, we'll say.
Right.
Put it to you that way.
I tell you, it's one thing. I've noticed while watching Rob go from content style to content style, is like the man goes all in. He's like, I'm gonna start drumming, and I'm like, and then that's it. And it's like there's one drum kit, there's the next drum kit, and now the videos on like the sound dampening. It's like boy, he's got dedication, man.
Yeah. He only had the one thing about fragrances, because he dove all into that, but that was a much shorter time, because at a certain point you really don't, just like with beard oil, beer product, you don't need past a certain point. We all know this, right? You just do it to collect. Well, fragrance gets a little more heady, and he had plenty to keep him busy for a while. And then those drums came, and that was the next passion.
He's good, like he's pretty good.
Yeah, I watch those
way better than I am. Shit.
Damn straight. And now my kid, who had been teaching himself guitar, my youngest son, he bought one of those electronic drum things. I'm like, separated a fucking wrong dad. And I always maintain he's not my son. So who knows? Maybe there's something there.
Yeah.
Maybe walk me a quick trip up north. One of these.
Are those kits expensive?
He bought it used from a friend.
Oh, okay. All right.
He paid a few $100 for it.
Okay.
But it's a nice looking kit. I think it was a little more advanced than Rob's first one, but not as advanced as his more recent one of the electronic drum kits.
I was just thinking of like how much I've spent in beard oils and all this in that hobby, like versus the cost of the next hobby. But my what I'm getting into now is all these because now I'm in the position, right? Wow, 600 to 3,200. Geez, that's a lot. So like one of the things that I was gonna start doing on YouTube, but then like I quickly pumped the brakes on that quick. But is reviewing Delta THC products.
Yeah.
Delta THC products, and just THC products, because like I'm in the position now where I'm at the time in my life where I don't have to worry about that being a factor. One, it's legal here in Jersey now,
right?
So it's not like it's not like I'll get if I have some on me, I'm not gonna get like arrested for it. I'm not gonna get a ticket for it.
Right.
Just so it's properly stored, like alcohol. Like in Jersey, you can't drive with a bottle of alcohol in the front seat, even if it's closed. You can't drive it with you in your back seat when it's closed. It's got to be in the trunk. I mean, that's how I interpret it. So the same thing with these products, like as long as it's not in reach while you're driving, you're okay. But like I'm at a time in my life where like I don't have to worry about getting tested and getting random and all that stuff, because I don't have a driving job anymore. What I mean? And the company I work for, they don't test at all. It's not a concern for them. So now like I'm really into like trying all these different products and everything, and because I enjoy the feeling of being high on marijuana, like I like that, it's cool. It's better than binge drinking. It's better than it's better waking up normal than waking up with a hangover the next day and having headaches and all that stuff and all that stuff. The only time I ever have a headache using some of this stuff is only when like you have I have way too much, like because if I find when I get like super high and then I go to sleep, and then my highness lasts through the rest period, and I wake up high. So like, which happened to me like a few weekends ago. Like I took way too many gummies, and I had a drink, which also had 60 milligrams of THC in it, and the gummy was like 50. So like it was really, really potent, strong.
Mhm.
And if you don't know people who have smoked and have edibles, edibles are a different animal than just smoking.
Yeah.
Like they're way stronger. Um, and then also it depends on like your body weight and how much you've intake, how much you partake regularly. I only like have a gummy or a drink like maybe once a week. So like yeah, it was so like I'm very still sensitive to, I don't have like a big tolerance to that stuff. So like
Yeah.
because I like to keep it that level, because like I don't want to have to buy a lot, or I don't want to have to eat a lot and all that stuff to get where I want to be,
Right.
in a sense. So I like to keep keep it low in the body. So it's like every time I have it, it's like, oh cool, it's one gummy and I'm good. Like I know I'm good. So yeah, like I took way too much stuff, which was fun at the time. I was like, yeah, whatever, I was like, I'm by myself. My wife is asleep, so I'm watching. And if you haven't seen it, okay, here goes the ADHD. If you haven't seen it, the movie, it's called Everything is Happening All at Once, or Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yes.
That movie won a bunch of like, what was it, the Oscars?
Oscars. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Asian like
man,
superhero movie.
crazy movie,
Yeah.
crazy, especially when you're fucked up.
I'm sure.
Holy shit. So
Yeah.
like you talk about going on a trip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So like yeah, so that was happening, and then like I went to sleep and then woke up, and then I woke up like groggy, and then I started moving around and brush my teeth and stuff like that, and then I looked myself in the mirror and I'm like, you're still fucking high. Like I'm talking to myself, I'm like, you're still high right now. It's okay. So and then I had to like stabilize myself and get my feet under me, because like and then you kind of feel like you're like floating a little bit, but you get grounded. And then that lasted all the way to like almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then it finally like died down. After you got to eat food, drink regular water and sodas and stuff like that, and just have some carbs and all of that, and then like it goes away. And yeah,
because I'm going to partake in California. I already told my wife this.
Oh yeah, hit up a dispensary over there. And even if you just get like they have in I know because when I went to Vegas, they have real THC products, like real cannabis products. The Delta products they're from hemp. They extract the little bit of THC that you get from the hemp plant, and they just keep extracting it until like it's the proper level where it needs to be for it to be psychoactive. And that's what they do. But over there in LA and all that stuff, and in New York too, you can get real marijuana products, which is a different high. I feel like it's a better
Well,
high.
if I can make a shitty and perhaps somewhat legit analogy here, LA and New York are using 2019 or making 2019 beard care products, particularly oils and balms and such that have that nice kick to them. Whereas New Jersey and maybe similar states are dealing with these regulations that perhaps, and even though I've heard Corey say you could still make shit that has a lot of kick to it. I'm here what the customers say, Corey, and I've heard a lot more complaints about that. So give us our real marijuana beard products, people. I don't want the shitty hemp stuff. I don't want the stuff Thomas Jefferson grew in his garden. All right. I want the good stuff. The good fucking stuff.
Yeah, you could probably get like the dried fruit, whole dry fruit. Like when we went out to Vegas, we had whole dry mangoes.
Yeah.
And they were 10 milligrams a piece, and they were just perfect,
So we're not gonna have enough time for me because I want to experiment. I want to like I wouldn't have even known you had a dried mango that was more than a mango.
Yeah.
I would tear that shit up.
Yeah, you would think that, right?
Yes.
But you have one you have one whole mango and you're like gone. You're fucking gone. Like I was like, I made the mistake. I did the rookie thing because like, like when you first try this stuff, you take it, you're like, oh, I don't feel it. And then you have another one and you're like, I still don't really feel it. So then you have half of another one. And before you know it, it all catches up to you. And like, you're looking at yourself from the ground up, like, and you can't move.
Well, daughter number one has a medical marijuana card for anxiety and things. So she's got at least a bit of knowledge on certain things.
Oh,
Yeah.
that medical grade. That medical grade is some good stuff. The medical grade, it's different. It's different than than when you buy.
So she and I might go shopping.
There you go, man. Do it. Why not? Shit. We ain't got that much time left on the planet, man, as well.
Yeah. Oh, shit, you're killing me off. Hey, Shark, how's it going, Mo? Come to New York, Johnny. You are not far, says Mark Brown.
Yeah, I went to New York and I got gummies from New York, but the gummies I got from New York, they're called they're rosin gummies. Rosin is a much more higher potency level than your normal gummy. So like that was a shock.
Yeah, it's like a whole. Well, you know a lot more than I do, but we went and gambled at in New York up by Jamestown last year, and because the casino is on native land, they also had a dispensary. When we stopped and got gas, I'm like, oh, it's a fucking dispensary. So I was like thinking, I was like, man, now wifey was with me and that wouldn't have flown, but I was like, there's ways around this that I just haven't figured out yet that are probably very close at hand, because we have native casinos nearby or on land here, and so I'm just thinking it seems like it's a 1-2 combination. You got the casino, you got the dispensary.
Yeah, I mean, shit, you get those people in there and start throwing all the money. Actually, I don't know, because like, yeah, maybe, I don't know, because when I was in Vegas and we were doing that, we didn't gamble. We did not gamble at all. We were just we were walking around the strip. We did a zip line, like it was Fremont Street, the lights, and then we went to go. We ate like food because in Vegas they have the best vegan restaurants are like in Vegas and New York. So like you can go to Vegas and do a food like crawl and it'll all be vegan food because it's way more mainstream over there. Like in Jersey you get a few spots, but over there it's way more mainstream and it's way more gourmet, if you will. And we went on a 2-day just kind of like a pub crawl, but it was like a vegan restaurant crawl. Like we would just eat, go to the next one, eat, have dessert, go to the next one, have drinks, go to the next one, eat some more food, and just keep going until like you explode.
That sounds. So this was you and your wife, or were the kids?
Just me and her, and two friends of ours.
Okay.
Who are not vegan, because even the places have vegan food, but they also have a regular menu also. So it's not like you just go to this one spot and it's all vegan. So
wait, are those the photos I saw on your Instagram where you were in like the fucking party bus, or is that something different?
Oh, that was my dad's 65th birthday.
Okay.
Yeah. He wanted to go to the club, but
strip club?
No, a regular like club, like a dance club. Okay. And my mom was like, well, we can't go to an actual club because like, she didn't want to do that. So she was like, I'm going to bring the club to you. And that's what it was like, and it was just like,
okay.
We went, it was weird because like, we went to all his historical landmarks, and like you're bringing your kids to show where you grew up.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we did with him for his birthday, and like we went to his high school, his college, his first job, like all these different places. And it was funny because like we go and because this guy's got the bus, and he's stopping in like horrible neighborhoods, like horrible, like. But and he's like, don't worry, I'm strapped. I got the strap. Like, don't worry about it. He's like, I part-time as a bodyguard. And I'm like, that's great. I'm all tipsy and drunk because we're my parents they're party people, So like, my mom, she made like vodka infused strawberries and all these like Jello shooters and things like that. So like we're all like jacked up, me, my brother, my uncle, and my dad, and my mom. We're all fucked up, and then he pulls over and he's like, he looks around. He says, don't worry, I have the strap. And if anybody bothers you, you come get me. and I handle it. I was like, cool. But then when we went out there and we went to where we were going, we were taking pictures, and then we took the picture, and then on our way back to the bus, I start to like survey the area, and I'm like, yeah, this is not good. We need to get the fuck out of here. Like there's strange characters over there, and they're looking at us really funny, and there's another person just sleeping on the street, which is like normal, but like it was a lot of like of bad happening. And it's late. It was like it was late. The sun was down, so and yeah, it was an experience. I haven't had my life in serious danger like that in a long time. So
well, parts of it sounded fun.
Yeah, oh yeah, it was real fun. We had a blast.
You get the strap chauffeur, so you know.
Yeah, he was like, he said that's it. He looked around. He said before he let us off the bus, he was like, don't worry, I used to be a bodyguard. I have the strap. And he was like, I was like, I'm pretty sure you can't drive with it in the front seat, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't know the gun laws, and I don't know the gun laws in New York. So I know in New Jersey you can't drive with it in the front seat. It's got to be in the lockbox in the trunk, you know. So, which is now New Jersey's now open carry. So however, yeah, I'm just going all over the place. Yeah, New Jersey's open. New Jersey's concealed carry now. So, which is cool.
But you still can't pump your own gas, except in
right. Yeah, it's weird, right? And you can't have a stun gun. So I can go and get a real gun and I can end your life, right? You know, but I can't get a stun gun, which is non-lethal. It just makes no sense.
What about pepper spray? I'm sure that's legal.
Yeah, it's legal. Yeah, I have pepper. Yeah, my wife has pepper spray. I have pepper spray.
Samurai swords are legal. As we discussed your katana collection.
Yes, I have. Yeah, I got that. Yeah. I got one for everyone in the house. So, when the zombie apocalypse happens, we'll all be Michonne. And that's it. You know.
You know, some people in the early 2000s collected the commemorative quarters from every state. Johnny collected fucking katanas.
That's right. I started that collection when I was in high school.
Why doesn't that surprise me, though?
Hey, you know, I was always into weaponry. Yeah.
I was always into weaponry.
Still am. Any way to end someone's life. No, I'm just kidding. No, no. It's just attracted. You know what I kind of like want now that I'm. You ever seen the they're to shred meat? They look like bear claws, and you put your hands in them. My wife
has those damn things.
Oh, I need those.
I see, and she's super tiny, and I see her whip those freaking things out, and she's like, get to a roast to mince it down or whatever.
Yeah.
They're sharp too for being just hard plastic. I avoid those things in the drawer because they're freaking sharp. You can handle them the wrong way, you can get poked. You can get
of course,
open, but yeah. So my wife, I don't know what those are called. I just call them the Wolverine claws, but she's got them.
Yeah, I was like, I seen some metal ones made out of like metal, and I'm like, hell yeah, hell yeah. Imagine someone breaks into the house and
yeah.
And you go at them with the fucking claws, like they're like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, that's right.
Dave the barber in the house. Good to see you, sir. Steven, middle guy. Good to see you, sir. Peter White popped in here. Good to see you. Nice. I saw Eric Kennedy. I haven't MF'd him yet because I just saw him when he left. But I'm sitting there. I'm waiting for him to just utter one wrong syllable.
Jeez.
Josh Ricks. Oh, King Ginger. Oh, if we were making, let's say we were making I don't know if I would want to go all-star episode or all-star guests that we've had. Rick's definitely, for as little time as he spent on our screen, provided more laughter per second or per minute, at least for me, than anyone else we had on the screen. Usually you got to be on the screen for a while. But Rick's,
you were rolling.
That was hilarious. That was, still remember it like it was yesterday. Serious assist for Rob Acker, though. Rob Acker brought that one home. That was a beautiful night. The Ginge. Joe, give a hot take on overrated movies. You know what? I'm going up. You sexy. I don't watch a lot of new movies, Jay. I'm rewatching Deadwood right now.
Oh,
If you like hardcore, like presidential conspiracy FBI stuff, The Night Agent on Netflix, that was a fun series. It's one of those that you can watch and then kind of crumple up in your mind and you don't need to remember, but you had an enjoyable time while you were watching it.
Okay.
But I highly recommend for people to like that domestic spy intrigue kind of vibe with, presidential machinations, and not for the president, but people going after the president. That was fun. That was something I watched recently. But yeah, not too much in the movies, Jay. I watch older films indeed.
The last movie we're talking about overrated movies. I don't know. I don't know if, like, as far as like critically overrated.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess because I look at movies a different way. Like I always I try not to like look at what critics are saying, and I kind of I like when I see a movie, depending on like how I want to have that experience. Like if I want to see like a movie about a heist and all that stuff, I want to go for that heist ride,
Right.
So like it's like I don't know. I don't look at movies. I don't know.
See, I can't. So much more into series now. Like I don't even put Netflix on my. I don't even put movies on my Netflix queue because there's so many good series, particularly like international series. Lots of cool Prime international series. But the one I was thinking about, like I was like, I bet you Johnny would like this. It's actually on HBO Max now. You can get a lot of the old Cinemax stuff and Max stuff. There's a series called Warriors, which is somehow based off of Bruce Lee's writings. And I haven't dug to figure out how Bruce Lee connects. But the idea is it takes place in like 19th century Chinatown in San Francisco.
Huh.
So you got corrupt police and you got Tong, and then you've got the government that wants to kind of do away with the Chinatown, and lots of martial arts.
Okay.
Boobies,
that sounds cool. Yeah.
It's a really kick-ass kind of like, action movie, but drawn out, pretty well written, good acting. It's got 2 seasons with a third coming up. I'm in the middle of season 2. I'm digging it. Again, called Warrior or Warriors, one or the other. Available on HBO Max. Sure, you can get it other places, but that's what I really, really enjoyed. Was that Warriors?
Let me see.
Warriors. Oh shit! I popped up to the upper corner.
That did not work.
Manifest or Outer Banks? Heard of Outer Banks, Mark Brown? Not Manifest.
StreamYard has new things, and I decided to like try and make a custom one. It didn't work. It's okay. Doesn't affect anything.
Well, Jay Cruz said one of his favorite beer therapies was when we had Ryan and Mick and that was great. It was just tragic that Mick had to shit on Ryan the way he did, and they started out doing a live together too.
Yeah,
and look what happened to them. It's not just Mick, man. There's no Ryan. Ryan's off in the fucking woods of Utah, dealing postal shit because he's a postman, of course.
Yeah,
Johnny. And now his post office, I've seen it. That thing looks like a log cabin. That one actually may be hard to find out in the wilds of Utah.
He's doing the horseback. Like, what's that movie? What's that movie where he's doing?
Riding a mule.
We got to get the mail. The mail has to go. It was like the one thing that was going to save the country. The mail system had to keep going. And he was delivering mail on horseback. I think Kevin Costner was in it. I think he was
My grandfather was a postal carrier, so I had all the postal stuff I needed in my life that I don't need to watch a fucking film on it.
I didn't see the movie. I just know about it.
I don't know. There's something riveting about the damn mail. Who's watching that thing? Who's like spending $15 plus popcorn and soda to go watch that prick? Not us.
It was like, because the mail was like an essential thing to get messages back and forth, and they really wanted to hammer home on how important the fucking mail system was. So like they made a whole movie about this guy.
Was it like modern day mail or like older mail? Like
it was like I don't know. I cannot remember for the life of me if it was like post-apocalyptic mail or was it like mail when it first started, when it got back on horseback, when they were still using like quill pens and shit. Like I don't remember. I just know like they really wanted to make the mail like the thing. So maybe they just wanted to inspire the youth to go work at the post office because they, but like I cannot fucking remember the goddamn. I swear, everything in my fiber of my being is saying it's Kevin Costner, and he was like, he had letters and he was trying to deliver them on horseback, and I don't know if he was running from the redcoats or not. I don't remember. If anybody remembers,
Well, Shaky mentioned Costner. Good to see you, by the way, Billy. Shaky mentioned Costner. He's pissed off about him at Yellowstone, another show I wanted to watch, but I haven't gotten around to. Now that Costner's leaving and it's not going to play out the way it was probably supposed to, I'll probably give that a pass. But Costner was in it, so maybe Shaky. Do you remember the title of this fucking mail film that Johnny?
Okay, yeah. So whoever comes up with the name of this movie and is legit will get a oil from Grindstone Grooming. If you guys can remember this movie. Anybody in the chat can remember this movie and puts it up on the chat. The first person to get it right after I Google confirm it, we'll get an oil from Grindstone Grooming. Oh, look at that shit, man! Oh, real quick to give answers now. Now, would you?
Look at Postman.
That. You see how fast the answers came through once it threw giveaway? Well, fuck that. No, now you're not getting the giveaway now. Because before when I asked for the name. Nobody said shit. I said a giveaway. They're like, oh, it's the Postman. All of a sudden, we all know the name of the movie. Y'all leaving me in the wind over there trying to fight for my life, trying to remember this fucking movie. And all of a sudden,
it's just Pavlovian behavior. They even know not to expect a giveaway on this live. But boy, when they heard giveaway, holy shit. Il Postino, the Postman. Everything with the word post in it. By the way, Jay Cruz, now that I have all the wooden coins, fuck you. It was much better when Johnny had to deliver them. All right. Don't be asking me for them. Like I'm going to be doing a better job than he was. But I got them all. I do have them all. So
I say giveaway. They're all turned to the IMBD over here.
Yeah. PG for coming back in the room. Now the Postman. I think I remember that film. There was an Italian film about Pablo Neruda, who happens to be my favorite poet, called Il Postino, which meant the postman. But there was an American Postman too, wasn't there? Was it really Kevin Costner?
Yeah, I really think it was. Yes, Kevin Costner was in that movie.
God damn.
Oh yeah, he tried, man.
That had to be after his high point.
Yeah.
He got a little too big for his britches after doing the baseball films, and then he did Waterworld, and he hasn't been the same since until the show that he now wants to walk away from.
Yeah.
Because he wants to, I think, do another Western. I think I had read that he wants to produce and direct and maybe even star in. He's like, wants to be the big honcho on a new Western film.
Yeah, J. Cruz tried everything to get those coins. He tried
like when you guys were together down in
yeah. He was whispering sweet nothings in my ear. Like it was a little too close.
Because he was telling me he was going to get a coin before I would.
Yeah.
That would have galled me. So I'm glad you held tight, Johnny.
Well, of course. Oh, no way. Well, he really tried, man. He was,
Post-world destruction, Costner revived.
It was post-apocalyptic. There you go. See, I knew it. I knew it was one of those.
God damn. I just want to take a picture, then to send a picture.
I wouldn't even let him do that.
See, he's all like, hey, everybody, bye-bye. Hey, DeMarco. But when he's not on the camera, he's a prick. You see this? Yeah, just everyone know the J. Cruz illusion here, right? Hey, everybody, drink some coffee. Have some weather beer. But when he's not on the camera, he wants to take a picture. And he knows is going to send me off to the moon because I've been waiting for the coin forever. This is J. Cruz, ladies and gentlemen. Do not accept any substitutes or be fooled. All right? I got you, Cruz. Don't even try on me, son. Holy cow.
Oh, man, that's funny.
Don DeMarco, my ass. Oh.
You see why I was running around before we started? I was like, shit, I don't have my inhaler. I was running around looking for the damn thing. It was in my car.
You got it now, though.
Yeah, I got it now. That's why we were like a minute or two late because I was like,
Yeah.
there's no way I could do this show without having my inhaler in arm's reach because I can't laugh without dying. You know? Oh shit. Oh, that was good. That was so funny.
Now you had mentioned, I hope you can remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Johnny and I are in a big wrestling group chat, and Johnny asked me in the wrestling chat if he had told me this story. Okay, and I told him, no, save it for Wednesday. Because it was like within the past week, and I didn't want to tell him then because I wanted to react to it, on screen. So do you remember what story that was, Johnny?
Yeah, it was so like, I mean, I don't know how. I think looking back at it now, I think it's funny. So like, I went to go, give Joe the coins because I was in the area, or so I thought. Because like realistically, like you look at the GPS and you're like, oh, okay, it's only like an hour and change. It's not too far, right? But like, I don't know. It was just a trek. It was the murderous trek to get over to you. And especially because the GPS doesn't know where Joe lives. The GPS is like the house is here, but the house is not like there at all. There's nothing there.
Man, how many years have we done this show where I'm like, I live in the fucking middle of nowhere, Johnny? That's before we built this house, by the way. So
yeah, it is. But there's other houses there. It's a neighborhood. Yeah. I don't know. So anyway, like I get there, I throw the coins in the mailbox because it's like what was it, like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning?
Yeah, it was late, early.
It was like early morning. And I'm like, okay, I got to get gas, but which is cool because like there's like a gas station right down the road from his house, and in over there you pump your own gas. There's no attendant. You could just go whenever you want and just go get gas. I was like, this is super convenient,
The way
and I'm
the
like,
rest of the world lives.
So I'm pumping gas and I'm like, oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom. I gotta pee. And I'm looking around. And I'm like, there's nowhere to go. And just as when, because you're a guy, we're, in the chat, we're men,
Yeah.
And men have the unique ability to just pee wherever because you could just whip it out and pee, right? And so like there comes a point in time in your body where like your body just can't hold it anymore. Like you just can't hold it. You're gonna go. There's no amount of like, maybe I can clench or not. No, it doesn't matter. Your body comes to a point where it's like, this shit has got to go, and there's no point of no return. So I was at that point of no return, pumping gas.
Yeah.
So I'm pumping gas and I'm doing the dance. I'm like, I can't piss myself. I'm not 5. I can't piss myself. I'm not, So I'm like, I finished pumping the gas and I put the nozzle away, and I'm like, okay, great. There's nobody here. Nobody. I could just pee on the bumper. You know what I'm saying? I'll wash the car later. It's no big deal. And of course, when I'm about to just, do this thing, somebody rolls up and just and starts pumping gas. So I'm like, fuck, I can't do this. Now this guy's standing here. So then I get in the car and I'm like praying to everything and I'm like to every God in existence, like, please let me find somewhere to go to the bathroom. But everything is closed. Everything's closed. And then McDonald's is there, but McDonald's doesn't let you walk in there. It's drive-through only.
Yeah.
So I found a dumpster like over there, and I go to go, but I don't want to pee on the. I don't want to pee on. I don't want to pee on the ground. I don't know why I thought like that was the thing. I should have just peed on the ground. So I find a bottle. So I had a bottle in the car, and I'm getting in position or whatever, and I'm going to pee. I'm peeing in the bottle, and it was oh shit, hold on. Okay. Things were going fine. Like I was peeing and all that stuff. And then remember I told you about the deer?
Yes.
So by going to his house, I almost murdered an entire family of deer because they came out of nowhere. This whole herd of deer came out of nowhere because he lives in the middle of nowhere. So of course, deer. So then like I'm going, and I'm like, all right, great. So that I get the bottle and I close it up, and then I go throw it in the dumpster, and there's like 4 deer, just like there
At the
and they're
dumpster?
staring at me. No, they were off. It's like the road is on the side, and there's like a business there, and then there's dumpster. So like that's where I was.
Gotcha.
And then like I turn around, and like there's 4 deer just staring at me.
Yeah.
I'm like wondering if they were. I said maybe they smell the pee. So then I threw the bottle like in the dumpster, and it was just that's the story. Like it was just I turned around and just ran 4 deer were staring at me pee. So I had like no. This is like 3 something in the morning. I'm in the middle of fucking nowhere, and I cannot find a place to pee in private, in peace. There was a human there at the gas station, and then when I finally peed, there was 4 deer staring at me pee, and that's the pee story.
Okay, so a couple comments on that story. Number one, right as you were leaving that gas station on your way to McDonald's in the parking lot, there's an Advanced Auto Parts. It's dark as fuck. You could have peed there, but you don't know the area. However,
how can I pee there?
It's dark as fuck. It's 2 a.m. Just get out of your car, walk around some part of the building that seems away from deer and traffic, and piss. And not on your bumper, for God's sake. Why would you put it on your bumper?
Because you never peed on your.
No, that's what the pavement is for. Then I don't have to wash the damn thing. Rain will take care of that.
Yeah, but shit. It's like you cover yourself with the car.
You hit spray. No, what? Okay, you cover yourself with the car. Yeah.
Okay. You lean forward on the car, and you're kind of like
Okay, all right. I got what you're saying. All right,
like
so
this.
You're gonna splatter the bumper. I'm not. No. I'm gonna still hit the ground. I'm not gonna piss on the bumper.
Yeah, I'm not gonna. Yeah, I'm not gonna pee.
Okay, but the better part. And hello, Colin. I saw you pop in here. If you're still in here, the better part is back when we were trying to do therapy after I'd moved into that fucking house, this house that I'm in, and I had no internet for all that time. You were at the fucking McDonald's I tried to use to connect from on a couple of those occasions.
I said, "Oh, this must be the McDonald's." Yeah,
that was the McDonald's. I was trying to steal their Wi-Fi in the parking lot unsuccessfully. So that's great. I didn't even know you had gone to that fucking McDonald's.
Yeah,
so,
and then after I finally peed, I went to that McDonald's. I went to the drive-thru because I had like a 4-hour drive ahead of me. I was like, I need fuel. Like
wait. Did you go back to New Jersey like from there?
Yeah. I drove straight to New Jersey, right from your house, right to my house, straight through.
And that's a pain in the ass because you had to drive south to get back on the turnpike, right? Is that how you did it?
I don't remember, man.
Okay,
I followed GPS, and that was it.
Yeah, because we're not in the. I mean, you had that little strip mall where all the McDonald's and the grocery store and the gas station and all that shit is, and then when you get out, it's just like no. I mean, we literally built the house, dude, which is why we had all the problems with the internet because all the other fucking houses had it. But there are all these issues with it. But yeah, when you're driving from the gas station to my house, that's all cornfields. All those rolling hills are cornfields.
Yeah.
And the deer are all over that place. Always. Just they love it in that area. You have a lot of deer in Western Pennsylvania anyway, because it's very rural, as you learned.
Yeah.
When you get past, you get a half hour north of Pittsburgh. And so yeah, I'm not surprised that you saw a bunch of deer checking out.
Yeah, it was just it was trippy as hell. I was like, oh, fuck, it was freaking out.
So that's bullshit. You were literally like 30 yards from me. If I had to walk down the hill,
you would have caught me peeing.
I would have caught you peeing, but you were that close to me, and we still have never met in person.
I know.
I was like a mile or two from James Pershing's house last spring. I even shot a video to talk about how ratty his gas station was because we stopped at this gas station to get gas because we were in West Virginia, and we were just outside of his house. And there's this ratty ass Burger King, and I just shot a video to say, "You have some ratty ass surroundings, dude. It reminds me of my house. It was just like so ratty."
I met James. He came to that festival.
James. I had COVID and I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
I was going to meet you and Gary.
Oh
and
man,
Cruz.
yeah, that was going to be
And Jane, I was going to meet all you guys.
We got to make that. I'm pretty sure we can make that happen again. I
don't know.
I've done the drive once. I could do it again.
Yeah. Well, I thought you went to the concert. I was going to say it'd be pretty hard because Gary's not selling beard shit anymore. So that concert, if they did that concert again, there wouldn't be a reason for a bunch of those people to be there. I guarantee you, since I still want to bust Cruz chops a little bit, that he has not listened to a band that played at that concert since those days. Guarantee you. Because he was all hot on that one guy, the fat dude. I was murdering him. I was like, oh, you like the fat guy? You like the big fat guy? So reason for that, you like this fat guy.
Oh my God.
I forget what his name was. He seemed like a nice enough dude. He's the one that did the Adam Carey.
Oh yeah. No, he's cool. That guy's all right.
He seemed like a nice guy. I'm just a dick. But I was just like, yeah, I guarantee you, Gary.
He's only like 2 weeks after.
Listen to that shit anymore. That is not Cruz's idea. JG, have you had any wild turkey encounters yet this year? They're all over Massachusetts right now, stopping traffic.
No. There's only one little like flock of wild turkey, but they don't live anywhere near me. Cruz has commitment issues.
I look at the comments. Cruz says that dude was a heck, whatever that means. And yes, Joe, you're acting like a dick, but he, of course, didn't say dick. Cruz is a Guar fan now. He wants to get off. Could you see Cruz at a Guar concert? I don't even know much about Guar except their name and their getup, their on stage getup. Cool as heck. Oh, cool as heck. Okay. Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Why don't you support him and buy his fucking music? Yeah, and that is that cool. All right.
Yeah, right. Really. I look up that festival regularly. Like I'm like, I wonder because I want to see like what bands are going to be there this year.
Mm-hmm.
If they do it, I mean,
yeah, that's the first time they had done it, to my knowledge. Now they may have done it before, but
no, I think they have done it before. I think that's a regular thing in that area.
Is it a regular thing? Okay,
I think it's a regular show in that area because
that's an hour and a half from me where the club was, or where the festival was. Where you guys met for dinner was literally 10 minutes from my school. But the festival's an hour.
The dinner thing, I didn't go. I wasn't there for. I showed up the morning, drove through the night, and I showed up the morning of the festival.
That's right.
Of the second day of the festival. It's a 2-day festival.
I remember seeing you in that footage. That's right.
It goes Friday and Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And which was great. I wish it was Saturday, Sunday, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, if they go if it happens again this year, you know what? I have a festival already booked in New York. We're doing Vegan Dale, so like it's an entire festival of music and all that stuff in New York, and it's an entire festival, and there's like 100 vegan food trucks, and it's in like some park in New York, which apparently it's a famous park, like it's a really big park, and like they have full concerts there and all that stuff,
but not Central Park.
It's like Coachella,
okay,
but all vegan food.
There's certain things like sometimes you talk to me about vegan stuff, like the vegan tour in Vegas. I'm like, okay, cool, blah 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 blah. But then you come up with some shit, and I flash back to Pulp Fiction, and I flash back to Sam Jackson, going, see, my girlfriend's a vegan, which consequently means I'm a vegan.
Yeah.
And this 9,000 food truck New York concert gave me the flashback. So Las Vegas food tour, I was okay with that. I was like, oh, JG probably enjoyed that. But once you started dropping food trucks and concerts and shit, I'm like, so consequently, I'm a vegan. And that's just where I went to with that one.
Yeah, I don't even know the acts they're gonna have there this year at Vegandale, but like they've had some pretty big names over there because it's New York, like that's where like big music acts, like that's where they do shows and stuff.
Pershing says he wants to go to the Vegan Fest eating one of those Henry VIII turkey legs.
You know what? He'd be able to handle himself, because he's not a small guy. James is not a small guy at all. Like he's up there.
Jeez.
I don't know. You may get some crazy, woman who's like, you may get a fanatical, fanatical person. That's
the thing, Johnny. If you're going
crazy
to that festival in California or New York City, the chances of meeting like a vegan hit squad are going to be in those two cities only. You could do something like that in like freaking Kansas City. You're okay. All right. You're going to be all right no matter what you do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't care. You do whatever. I mean, I'm not that kind of person. Like, I'm like, everybody has responsible for their own lives and their own choices and all that stuff. And there's no judgments. So, what are you going to do?
I think there's a stereotype that vegans are like these mellow people, but I go the opposite way. I think they got a lot of fucking pent up anger because they don't get to eat meat. And at a certain point, you just get pissed off at the world when you can't eat meat. So you see someone like James walking through with a Henry VIII turkey leg, there can be some serious violence occurring as a result of that.
Yeah.
Cruz, did some lady smell your beard 100 times?
Yeah, apparently he had a super fan.
Oh, Jay Cruz.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there for that one, but
How,
apparently he had a super fan and was like, she was all over his beard.
Cruz, fill us in on this. There was some girl. You were obviously wearing some alley cat because you were there with them. So talk to us. What was going on with the super fan? Let's see what Jay Cruz will say.
It's also his face, because if you ever really look at Jay Cruz, he kind of looks like a kid. You know, he looks like a little kid with this giant beard. Like,
yes. I agree. He does
you know
have
what I'm talking about. Yeah.
Some baby face characteristics.
Like when you look at me, you're like, oh, this guy's he's weathered, he's aged, you know, he's seasoned. He's kind of like fresh beef jerky. But when you look at Jay looks like a little kid, like, you know, little kid just put a beard on him, and then.
But I tell you, he was. I think he likes getting into music that he's not like usually accustomed to, because I remember he enjoyed when he went to hang out with Copper Johns in Wyoming, Utah. When he went back there, he went to some concert. It was country, blue, or folksy kind of concert.
Yeah.
And he was really into it. And I looked at Jay. Now, see, this just shows you where your perceptions are. I'm like, Jay, was that girl in that shot? Did she have Down syndrome? Because she did. It was just hard for me to get a good shot of her. But because my daughter has Down syndrome, it's kind of like when you drive a car, you notice how many other people drive that car.
Right.
Necessarily pay attention before you drove that car, kind of thing. So when I see kids with Down syndrome, even if they're just in a crowd, immediately my radar hits on them and stuff. And Jay's like, I didn't know I was paying attention to the concert. And he was really into the concert out here in Pennsylvania. I just think there's a certain kind of music he probably grew up with, and the shit that he didn't get to hear, he probably digs, like, just even if he doesn't like it, he digs the vibe of it. That's the sense I get from Jay in music in those two instances.
It's funny to say, because now that my son is diagnosed with autism, I know all the signs of someone who has autism. Yeah. So like I started noticing people that walk on the balls of their feet. Yeah. That, you know, shake their hands and do things like, you know, and I'm like, oh, that person is on the spectrum because of everything I've learned. You know what I'm saying? So like you start noticing it. Yeah. Right. So it's pretty common. It's like,
and autism is a bitch, because like with Down syndrome, you can physically look at the person and go, they got Down syndrome, you know, but autism, you may not be able to detect that, whatever.
Yeah.
Markers. You got to be able to pick those markers.
Yeah. You got to know what they are, you know, you know, some people may look at you may look at a person, you're like, that guy's kind of funny looking. Not funny looking, but he's acting kind of funny. Like, is there something, you know, you know, it's probably like 8 out of 10 times it's autism.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I'm not as good as I wish I were. Like when I'm with a certain kid for a certain amount of time, chances are I've read the IEP early anyway, but like just being able to sit there and go, how would I know? If I didn't have that IEP, how would I know? What's that kid doing? And sometimes it's easy to detect, and sometimes it's like impossible to detect, because there's just so many different things that can manifest or not manifest.
That spectrum is huge, you know. You have your super high like my son, super high functioning, and then you have you know, the severe autistic kids. Yeah. And it's you know, what we call his superpower, because you know, that's how we label it. We're like, and I was like, you know, you have superpowers. Like you're not a normal kid. Nice. You know, you have the ability, which he has this ability, and even his teachers are like amazed he can do this. You could be teaching your lesson. Let's say you're teaching, you know, something about a movie, a film, or whatever. Right. And my son is in your class. While you're teaching, he's sculpting clay. He's doing math homework. He's doing all these different tasks while you're teaching. And then you think, oh, he's not paying attention. And you call on him and you ask him a question. He'll give you the right answer. 10 out of 10 times, he'll give you the right, because he's doing all of it all at the same time. Right. He's listening to you. He's sculpting his clay. Like his teachers were like, we don't know how he does it, but you know, because he has to have something in his hands. So he has you know what fun tack is, right? You know, you're teaching you fun tack. Mm-hmm. So when I went to the store and I bought like 3 packs of fun tack, and I smushed them all together for him, you know, because it's sticky. He can, you know, manipulate it, mold it, do whatever he wants to do with it. So that's what he takes to school with him. So like when the first few weeks of the year, the teachers are still learning him. You know, they're still learning all his behaviors and stuff like that. They have the IEP, right? But it's a new school, new teachers, so like they're still learning him.
Right.
And they were like, yeah, Dylan, he can do all these things. And if we ask him a question or give him a worksheet on the lesson that we just did, he gets 100 on it all the time. He said, because like we learned that he has the ability to like, he does everything all at once. Like he can do multitasks at the same time and retain the information, which is it's like a, that's why I said you have superpower, you know, because I can't do that at all. Like, if someone's talking to me and I'm like, and I'm looking at, and I'm doing this, and I wouldn't. You're
the anti-Dylan, dude. You can't handle more than one thing.
Exactly. Yeah,
and I can't. Sometimes not even one, depending on the day.
Exactly. You're right. You're right, man. I can't.
Ari might have some autism because she has, and some kids with Down just do it and some don't, but she too has a tactile thing she has to always mess with. And it's always been like a toy stethoscope. Nonstop. Like we buy the whole kid's doctor's kit and throw out the rest of the shit so she can have the toy. And it can't just be any old fucking stethoscope, Johnny. It's got to be the little toy one. And she will hold it. It has a name, Steffi. She will hold that fucking thing and jiggle it nonstop all the damn time. So she has to have that thing. She freaks out if she doesn't go nuts or anything, but she gets upset when Steffi breaks, or if she's like, I can't find Steffi. Where's Steffi? Just one of those weird disability kind of things.
So did you go and did you buy like multiple and keep them on the side? Yeah, we did. It was a teddy bear. My kid was stuck to, and like, it's made by that Thai beanie company.
Right.
Well, they do this stupid ass thing where like they release something and they have it for a few years and then they stop making the fucking thing. They stop making it all together. So the particular bear he has doesn't exist anymore. Like you can't buy, you can only get it on eBay for people who have it.
Right.
So he lost it the first time. And we were like, we have to find another backup. We need a backup one. And even the backup one that we found is not the same exact one because they tweaked the damn Thai beanie bear from having a hood with rabbit ears to having a hood without rabbit ears. So it's like, why the fuck do you do these things to me? Like, why? You know, and the bear ain't cheap either. That bear was like, the bear was like $30. You know, he got it as a gift. You know, now you try to find that damn thing, it's like over $100 for that damn bear because it doesn't exist anymore. So you know what I'm saying? And I got 2 of them. So
good. You got to hold and make that son of a bitch last and be prepared for.
By the way the economy is going, it's going to be worth less than my navel lint.
Oh shit!
Have you seen?
Say it.
I don't know if you want to go down this rabbit hole, but have you seen what's going on with our money, with our currency?
And I know that I read recently that someone gave up on it. Like, nah, we're going to move away from the dollar.
Yeah, they want to replace they want to move away from paper money.
Yeah,
like tangible money that you hold in your hands.
Yeah,
they want to switch to this digital currency, kind of like a cryptocurrency. I don't know who is. Somebody's texting me, and I don't even know the number.
Would it be little wooden coins with 4 separate designs on them? Because if so, we might be cornering the market there. Here we go. Here's anti-Dylan. He's just fucking focused on the phone now. We're doing a live, and he is on.
I'm getting a text message from a number I don't know the number is. And
the Nigerian prince.
No, but it's like, hey, how have you been? You liked my message, but you didn't text me back. And I'm like, oh, you saw my message, but you didn't text me back. So I'm like, who the fuck is this? I have no idea. And like, I don't want to call it. You know what I'm saying? I don't remember. It's apparently somebody who knows me because they're like, or I don't know. I'm like not.
All right, I'm gonna distract you again because Cruz to ask you. By the way, Rob said if we are moving to wooden currency with designs, he's got us covered. But Cruz wants to know if you're still collecting Star Wars soap.
Fuck the Star Wars soap. Fuck the Star Wars soap. Fuck that company. What's the name of that company?
Sasquatch, Dr. Squatch, something like that.
Oh, Squatch shit. No. So
It's
yeah, Dr. Squatch.
Squatch,
Fuck them, because they're like, oh, this is a limited edition,
Here it comes.
Star Wars Disney fucking thing, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, it's not limited edition at all. It's not limited edition. It's not. No. It's the soap that they're gonna sell because it's in constant supply. There's no limited edition. There's no limited supply at all.
No.
I bought 2 of those fucking things, thinking like,
you
oh, I'm gonna have this collectible. Because Star Wars always, man, so fucking pissed at that shit.
Okay, so I'm gonna reiterate for the audience here.
That's right. Where is it? I gotta
Cruz asked this question knowing full goddamn well it was gonna fire his ass up.
It ain't limited. You know what's limited? My ass hairs are limited compared to this.
Cruz is sitting there with one index finger down to Marco, just getting off over Johnny going nuts on this. He set the trap for Johnny. Johnny fell in, and Cruz is enjoying it. All right, so everyone to just understand this going on. Bustella my ass, Cruz.
I just answered. I'm like, sorry, who is this? Because I don't know who this is.
Okay, so Johnny's distracted by the thing. I'm on the treadmill. Of course, they made the Batman one limited. I saw that.
See, now that I answered them, I'm so fucking paranoid that maybe I should have not have done what I did. No, I'm so fucking paranoid that I'm like, did I just give someone my entire information now that I text them back?
No. Oh, that I don't.
You know what I mean? Like, do they get all my data now because I text them back? Like, I made connection with the phone now?
No.
Fuck. Does it work that way? For the first person who can tell me if my phone's going to get hacked now because I respond to a text message, we'll get a free oil from them.
But it won't be the same free oil Indian gave you on with the Postman. Because he threw that out there and then hacked that thing just as quickly. Not only are we the live that does our own giveaways, but we pull them back when we feel like it as well. If we don't feel like giving it away, fuck you. We're just gonna dangle it, and then we're just gonna put it right back in the pocket.
Yeah, right. Oh, shit. I'm nervous now. They got all my information. They got all my that's it, man. I'm gonna be bankrupt. They go there. Shit. See, Jay knows. He knows.
Cruz is playing you. Limited Star Wars soap up for.
I want to block the number.
We do. Johnny has some limited Star Wars soap for a giveaway.
Oh yeah, you want you.
It's got the case and everything.
Oh no, I didn't send the link. It's Amy. Don't
no, the link you don't fuck with Johnny.
Who the fuck is Amy? I don't know no fucking Amy.
It's a girl's name too. Down to Marco.
It's Amy. Yeah, you got the wrong number because I don't know no Amy. I've never met an Amy in my life.
If you didn't clink a link, you're good, says OG's Playground. Right?
No, this is wrong.
Rob's problem is Rob is having too much fun. He's younger than me, and he found the code. He found the secret code to life. He retired. He smells good, and he's playing fucking drums all the time.
Yeah.
And he's just enjoying life. I need to hit the retirement button first. That's a huge key. Because I hung with the dude for a day, and there was nary a thing wrong with his life. I'm sorry, Rob. I told you I'd never say this. I saw Rob skip. I saw Rob fucking Acker skip like a 12-year-old girl. Uh-huh. Just got done playing hopscotch. He just skipped along. He was so happy, floating on air, walking on sunshine, all that shit. I need that recipe. I need that formula.
Block there. All right. So I blocked this that's fucking
patiently waiting for the groupies.
I blocked that number. It's like, oh, she said, oh, my name is Amy. Don't you remember who I am? I'm like, no, I don't. I didn't say that at all. And then she sent a photo.
This is JG's autism. Everybody.
And she sent a photo of herself to my phone. Quickly blocked in that number.
Yeah.
Bro, no, it's like, I don't know why this had to happen now. I should have broadcasted my phone to the screen. Well, then y'all would have been able to go on this ride with me because
hit him with the So
what the fuck, bro? I don't talk to any.
I'm used to that on Instagram. I've never had it happen where someone has texted me though.
That's what I'm saying. Like the text in my phone. So what I did was I blocked the number and I deleted it.
Yeah.
Like I don't talk to females. You know, it's either the only female I talk to is like my boss if she's there. One other coworker who's a female, but other than that, I don't talk to girls and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like it's either I'm talking to the two at work, the two that live in my house,
right,
or I'm talking to like a group of guys. You know what I'm saying? Like so to have a random person send me a picture of themselves, like I don't give my number out like that. Like I gotta change my number now. I had this number since I was like. I was still in high school when I had this number. So
Johnny was less fearful when he was in the mean streets of New York City in his dad's birthday party with the strap chauffeur. He was less worried hanging out in those neighborhoods than he is right now.
Yeah, I don't like that. It feels very like someone's invading me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm being, and I can't do nothing about it really. All I do is block the number. That's pretty much it. God damn. Yeah, definitely it's a dude from another country because like, you know, like I don't. No, you know it's probably something to try to get money from me or whatever. Like they want to like think I'm some kind of like simp or whatever. It's gonna send them money. I don't pay for any of that. I don't pay for nothing. Shit. The only thing I pay for is food. That's it.
Johnny could do the show by himself right now because
I'm just going off. I'm like
he's in one world right now. And it all started with Cruz and the fucking soaps, and then we got into a new topic. That's
I get these text messages from this random weird ass number. This is like that happened last time with the fucking Alexa went off. Like when Alexa went off all by itself. God, man.
Jay wants you to do a review on those soaps before they sell out because they are a limited collector's.
I did a review on the soaps. It's on the channel. Fuck, come on, man.
Everyone needs to go comment on that channel and see how many times Johnny talks about the collected version of them. The scarcity of that soap set and how happy he is.
You made me delete that shit.
Yeah, Cruz gave him a spit take.
I even did a follow-up short on that. Because I was like, they're not limited at all. He made me look like an asshole, you know.
There was a time we were still doing therapy, like on the regular, where you were really high on that company, not just the Star Wars stuff, but you like got like the UFO soap they had or the Mars.
Oh yeah, because those were they come around once a year.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's coming around once a year because I like the you know getting the exclusive stuff. I like to get the special edition stuff. And limited edition stuff. Fuck you, limited edition. Yeah, I should be like, oh, you know, you remember when you guys said this was limited edition? You're still selling it, and two, you came out with another set from with using different Star Wars. They even have a Mandalorian set now. So I'm like, you know,
poor Johnny. They hit
right.
you in the weak spot too. It could have been something that you didn't like, you know, like I don't know. I don't know what else is out there that's collectible, but it had to be Star Wars.
It's so annoying, like when you think about it, because like you're trying to say that you know what you're talking about when you do a review. You want to give that you want to because you before you do a review or a video online, before you put something out there and so the world can see, you want to make sure you know what you're saying is right. You know, you want to give misinformation or you want to be so wrong that like you get a whole bunch of comments like of people just telling you that you're wrong and you're like, fuck. It's like
at the moment you were right, but why didn't you go back on once you learned and just tear them a new asshole?
I did another video. I don't know if it was a short or if it was a video. I can't remember. But I did say like how it's still available and it's not limited edition.
That's just informing. It doesn't sound like you did a lot of asshole tearing at that moment.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you should have. They're a big ass company. Fuck them. Fuck them and their dollar grab. Oh no! Now all of a sudden we can just sell them a fucking Walmart at the swap meet at the fucking out of the guy's back of his trunk, anywhere you can fucking get them.
It's all in Walmart now. You can get them in Walmart.
Please support this awesome review. Johnny's gonna look at his numbers and go, "Holy shit! I had a spike on one video. Who the hell went back and?
Oh yeah, go back and watch. Go back and watch. My channel's monetized.
Go back and watch the Dr. Squatch Star Wars. So
do it.
Oh,
I've been thinking about doing that whole what's it called? The fucking subscription channel. The subscription where you can get a subscription to the channel. I think that's what they call it. That's what they call it in Instagram, subscription.
Yes.
But like I'm thinking of like what kind of videos can I make that are for the members only? Members only. That's an idea. Like what videos can I do for members only? And I am drawing a blank. So if I can't envision it in my head, then I can't just make it.
Well, here's what you do.
I can't
take this fucking live stream and you cut the parts where I was part of when you were getting that phone call. You just cut me out. You just have you reacting to that phone for 5 to 8 minutes. That's gold right there. Just you freaking out over whoever was trying to possess your phone. That's immediate content. I would just say Johnny being Johnny, where Johnny gets distracted by something. That's where subscription fees.
This is this is taking the disabilities and just raw dogging them. No meds.
Sell yourself.
Nothing. Just this is it, man. This is it. This is it. That's why like I think like the job I found is so like perfect for me because it's like it's a moving robot. So like there's no my focus is completely on my work because I work with a robot and it's doing stuff and it's like, it's got moving parts, it's got noises, it's got clicks, it's got like little beeps and things like that. If it's a gigantic room-sized fidget toy. I mean, like,
look into something, Johnny.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it is if you have ADD or ADHD now, that's what they call it, ADHD. You start working with the robot that I work with, it grabs me and it just holds me there, and then I do my job and that's it. And the hours just go by quick, they go by real quick. So like that's why that's better for me.
Yeah.
I don't need to take meds.
Yeah, I could see.
Oh shit. Who commented on the video now? Let's see. Here it is. Jay. He's like, amazing job, JG. I swear to God, if I see that video climbing in analytics, I'm gonna be like, this fucking people.
Okay. Everyone who's in here, we've had like 15 or 20 guys in here. You tell a friend and make sure they tell a friend. Make that video pop through Johnny's analytics and just make that thing come alive again. All right. Make it the Rob fucking this is what blows me away. So Rob had that hat sizing video that got just a shit ton of views.
Yeah.
And the way weird stuff just pops on a channel, like here's all these fucking beard reviews. Then all of a sudden I'm gonna show you how to size a hat if you got a big old fat head. Just the way the one video just takes off like that just blows my mind. That's what we need to make the original Johnny Star Wars limited edition video. We need to do that for Johnny. That would be the great therapy joke.
Yeah, if you just drop a comment in there. If you really want to boost the numbers, I mean, it only helps me.
But make him pay. Don't just do it to do it. Bust his balls.
Yeah, just go in the comments. Drop a comment. Dropping a comment is big because I've had videos that had like little comments and not do a lot, but the videos that engage a conversation in the chat, in the comment section, those they shoot up, man.
Yeah. Oh, that is. What's it called? Interaction. What's the term?
Yeah, interaction. Yeah. It's huge. It's amazing. I mean, like the one video I have that has made me a ton of money when I say ton, I mean like maybe for the entire year, maybe $1,000.
Okay.
For me, for doing this, for
Yeah.
me that equates to a lot.
Yes.
You know,
Right.
because I'm not a big channel. So like anything that I get it, like the small little peanuts that I get from the channel, like I'm
Yeah.
like excited for. You know, they're like, oh, here's $100, sweet. You know, is my skull shaver video of all the things that is the skull shaver video and the beard coloring stuff.
I remember the beard
That's
coloring
my
was always popular.
beard coloring.
Yeah.
That's according to my channel. That's my niche. That's what I'm is coloring the beard, because all those channels where me coloring the beard, that's where the money comes from. They're like legit. That's where the money comes from. I have videos that. Oh no. Okay, sorry. Somebody's walking upstairs. I have videos that like have netted me, $100 here, $100 there, $50 here, because it tells you how much the video made.
Right.
And for like if you think about it, a box of Just for Men beard color costs like $15.
Yeah.
So if I take that $15 box and I shoot a video, and sorry, my mind went this way, and I'm talking this way.
Yeah.
If I take that $15 box and I make a video of it, and it makes me like $50, like shit, and it's well worth it.
Do you think a pube coloring video would do better? Like, do you think you
can't record something like that on YouTube?
What's that?
You can't put that up on YouTube. They'll flag it and they'll take it down.
I don't know. If you make it look like a beard, I think there's some shit you can do.
I mean, if you zoom in really closely.
What's that?
If you zoom in really closely,
yeah,
nobody will know what patch of hair that is.
Fucking zoom in, baby.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to use the tech. You got to use the tech to your advantage. Limited edition colors. C3PO gold. All right, for you blonde guys. Oh, Persian coming in with the haymaker just when everything had died down. My problem is getting 4K watch hours. I think I'm missing the lives.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't get 4K watch hours with lives on my channel. I got because I.
Well, what lives did you do? Did you do?
I did like a few gaming ones, but I had the 4,000 watch hours before I had 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
But my watch hours were like are because I did a video. It was all luck, because it was all luck. My first real like successful video was for Just for Men, the beard coloring wash. That was my success. That solidified me as a, as an entity here on YouTube, because Men's Variety magazine saw that video and they were like took the video and they put it on their website. So my stupid face was on Men's Variety magazine online, and that video just went off, and so that's why YouTube thinks my channel is for beard coloring.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's and that's how I got the watch hour time. That's how I got the watch time, was from that video alone.
It's not as nearly as entertaining as watching you freak out over your phone for 5 minutes, so trust me. That's way more entertaining than watching you dye your fucking beard.
What tripped me out is because when she said her name, right? She's like, I'm in your contacts. Now, again, I've never spoken to someone with that name. I don't even want to say it. I don't want my phone. I want to like turn off my phone. When you've never talked to someone with that name before,
yeah,
and then the phone is telling you from your contacts,
yeah,
like if you have an iPhone and someone calls you, it lets you know if this person's in your contacts or not. Yeah. So
I think you said the name on the live.
I did, but I'm scared to say it again. When the phone is telling you it's from your contacts,
yeah.
Why is Siri telling me that person's in my contacts when they're not? I never put that number in my contacts ever. It's a scam number. You know what I'm saying? So like, but I think it's because she said her name and the word contacts. So I think iPhone put 2 and 2 together and made that. I think that's how that works. I don't know if that's how that works, but I should share my screen. I have the membership for life to share my iPhone screen to the computer, and I could have done it too.
I also just want anyone who's in the chat to know that Johnny has spent more worry and regret over these 5 minutes than he ever did taking 2 fingers off of his fucking pet chipmunk. And Johnny didn't regret that for a moment, but boy, is he sweating this fucking screen. Johnny's like, yeah, whatever. They'll grow back. I don't know. He's a fucking lizard. The lizards won't grow back. Surely a chipmunk's fingers will grow back. I don't think I've ever seen Johnny as shook on a beard therapy, at least. It's
because it's blowing my mind, man. It's just like how it's working. Oh god, who is doing?
It's
See,
not limited.
All in that video now. That's what it is.
Johnny limited edition grooms.
Oh, what's up? Oh, thanks, Jay. Jay gave me a super chat. A super chat on the videos now that that's available.
Okay, so firstly, beware. Okay, just beware. If Cruz is doing something nice, there's something going on.
It's so funny. He's
just letting you know that
he's commenting on it because I get an email every time someone comments on the video. So my phone's going off for that, and that's fine. My phone go off for that one, but oh man, that's right.
Edition in Star Wars soap. That's for sure, Cam.
Star Wars soap. It's not even good soap. It's
not even good soap. Huh?
Look, okay. It's good soap. It's okay soap, but like it goes away so fast. You know what I'm saying? Like that brick withers down really quick. Maybe 2-3 weeks of good use, and that thing is gone.
Captain Stash was still my favorite beer community soap. I just picked some up from a honey farm down in Florida, just because I like their prices. And then when I saw it, they came in like a plain brown wrapper, like there was like a fucking Playboy or something inside the soap. Mm-hmm. But it's a nice size brick, and if it lasts, I'm stoked.
Yeah,
I'm stoked because I think I'm at the point where that's one of the like body care things I'm going to keep with for a while, because I can go through a like Men's Dove in a heartbeat, but these soaps, some of them, really fucking last, and I dig them, and they smell good, you know. So I think I'm all about the damn soap.
No, Rob, I only used one. I used one bar of it. But it like I bought a set, and I bought a second set, one set to use and one set to keep in the box. But then like I changed my mind and didn't want to buy the whole set again. And I think I traded one of the Mars bars because they only come once a year, so I bought I think 6 of them of the Mars bars. So then I traded one of those Mars bars for one of the Star Wars soaps so I can use it, so I can see how it smells and stuff like that. And but I still have the full set. And I was supposed to give the second set away to a friend of mine who's also a Star Wars fan. And I was like, hey, I said, you know what these Star Wars soaps? He's like, no. And I'm like, well, they said they were limited, but they're not limited. So I bought 2 sets, and now I have 2 sets, and I got 2 boxes of the shit. So like, do you want the other box, basically? And he was like, sure. And I have still yet. This was like maybe almost 6 months ago I told him about it, and I still haven't. And you know what's funny? He lives like way closer than you do. He actually lives like maybe 15 minutes away, and I still have yet to give this guy his fucking soap. Wait, that's why I can't promise anything anymore. If I promise something and I just stop. There's no promises. That's
yeah. Amazing Man. I think that's my fragrance dude Brian. I think he hypes Amazing Man stuff.
Amazing Man.
Never tried them yet. Yeah, I think I've heard their soap.
No idea where you can get more. It's like Jay Cruz. Jay Cruz is like 10 minutes from me. I never see the guy.
Yeah.
Never see him. But he's 10 minutes away. He's like, so he's right over there.
Yeah. He says he lives in the hood in a horrible part of town. I don't know that I believe that.
Oh, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
That's not that bad.
I think he's trying to write a different narrative.
Yeah.
It's been established. Are you out there, Jay?
Oh, he said more like 25 minutes. Yeah. So Gotcha.
So you both know how close you are and how you don't visit each other ever. Cruz, you SOB. If I was 10 minutes from Cruz, I'd bring him white people tacos every day. Fair enough. Fair enough. Cruz is Honduran, though. So tacos aren't like his thing. They have other, I'm sure he'll fuck up a taco. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah.
He's got they've got like, they're not empanadas, but they're like empanadas. I forget the name of them. They start with a C, I think. What are they, Cruz? You know. Yeah, rat bastard. What is it? What's that little Honduran like snack staple kind of food that the Hondurans did?
So if you know what that staple snack food that starts with a C from Honduras, you get a free beard oil. Ready, go.
All of a sudden, 5 people start answering, even though Jay's the only one that could fucking know. Because I'm the expert on Latino culture. You lacking in the bot. It's not then.
He says you're the expert.
The prick still will not tell me. My cucaracha. Oh shit!
At least he's tried. At least he's tried.
I'm gonna look it up now. Damn it! I'll come out with it before Jay will. Who's the real Honduran? Baladea. Sorry, started with a B, not a C. Baladea.
Oh.
Baladea. They do have something that starts with a C called catrachas, fried corn tortillas with cheese and beans. So it's kind of like a taco.
Yeah.
Fries, more like a burrito, I guess. Catrachas.
It's all the same ingredients.
Baleada.
You know what I'm saying? Baleada. We really think about it like a lot of Mexican food is pretty much all the same ingredients, you know?
Yeah.
That's why people talk smack about Taco Bell. I'm like, all right, well, look at the actual cuisine. It's like pretty much all the same shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hold on, Johnny. Hold on. That's American Mexican food. They got a lot of different regions where they fix. It's like Chinese. It's like
all right. So okay. So you know Taco Bell's menu, right?
Yes.
We're pretty.
Yes.
What traditional Mexican food does not have those ingredients? Not necessarily the way they are presented in Taco Bell, but just those ingredients that don't have those ingredients. Like
you will not find in Mexico overabundantly ground beef as the protein. You'll find tongue. You'll find carne asada. You'll find like shredded beef. You'll find goat. You'll find pork. You'll find chicken, but you will not find ground beef. Ground beef for a taco, total American riff. The guy who made Taco Bell, basically, there's a great history from the History Network podcast that does like origins of fast food restaurants. And the dude that made Taco Bell basically wanted to convert a hamburger into a taco, which is why the traditional taco has lettuce, cheese, tomato, and ground beef. The only thing you change is the bread. But that was his idea, is like to make it a slight Mexican twist in his mind and turn the hamburger into a taco. Boom. That's why you have ground beef as a staple.
Okay. Look at that. See? Learn something new every day. See, you can learn shit here.
Yeah. You can. Look at Jay. Jay is just busting my balls tonight. Look at him. Look at him. Hey, everybody. Jay Cruz. Oh, it's family. Let's have a good time. What do you guys like to drink during summer? Is it A, lemonade, B, sweet tea? But no, when we come on therapy, we're just going to bust everyone's balls. That's a different Jay Cruz, right? This is Jay Cruz out of his box. Which I like this Jay Cruz more, by the way, because, I like when he takes his shots. Well, no. Let's be real here.
The caucasity, that's right. Rob, the caucasity.
Oh, shit, I've got 8,000 tabs here. I got to find the chat again. There we go.
Fast. Yeah, Taco Bell is Tex-Mex. I found a Taco Bell that was frozen in time. So I'll wait till you get back.
I can hear you. I can still
okay. So restaurants like fast food restaurants, they go through they change with the times. Like they update their decor, or they change the way the whole place looks and all that stuff. So like Taco Bell now, when you see a modern Taco Bell, like a new Taco Bell, it's a very narrow, slim looking building, and there's not a lot of seats inside and all that stuff, and it's basically just like a drive-through. It's like they want to gear towards more of that.
Yes.
like
I like the old racist restaurants more.
Yeah, I think they want to do a lot less contactless, more contactless transactions than actually having to deal with someone at a register. And I don't think that's a COVID thing. I think that's just like them trying to like downsize their workforce, but whatever. But we drove I forget where in Jersey, somewhere near Delaware, because Delaware and Jersey they share a border, so it's around there. We found a Taco Bell that was frozen in the we dated it, judging by the logo, very early 90s Taco Bell.
Okay.
You know, it still had that stucco kind of, finish on the outside, big, chunky, bulky building.
Yeah.
And on the inside, the booths and the chairs had that tri-colored padding on the top, and it was like hard plastic underneath.
Yeah.
And it was like in pristine condition. Like normally when you go to some of those places, you see like the cushions ripped up, or there's scuff marks on the seat, or like or one of the backs of the chairs is missing a pole. There's 3 poles, it's missing a pole, right? I've been to those Taco Bells where like looks like fights happen, and shot, or people body. This Taco Bell was like brand new. It looked like it was brand spanking new. Everything was clean inside. I was like, I gotta walk in this damn thing. So we went to the drive-thru, parked out front, ate whatever, went to throw the stuff out, and I said, since I'm out of the car and I'm throwing the stuff in the garbage, let's hop in here.
Right.
Went inside, looked at it.
Right.
It was like brand new, and it was like a frozen in time. It was a weird moment.
Now in California, the OG Taco Bells used to be walk-up only.
Oh, okay.
They had maybe a couple tables on the exterior. They had the like stucco. They had the sleeping dude with the serape and the sombrero. He's sleeping under the cactus, and the big bell says Taco Bell, but it was walk-up only. And then they got a little money, and then they started making actual restaurants.
Oh, okay. So I want to do this.
OG.
I want to jump in the car with Jay, and I want to do this road trip. Because I'm not going to drive. I'm not going to make that drive solo ever again. Like, it's like, because like, yeah, like driving by yourself, like all those hours, it's okay for the first few, first few hours. It's like, yeah, okay. You listen to your music, you can sing, you do whatever you want. But like after those few hours, and especially on the way back home, driving by yourself, it's not easy. I give up to all those truck drivers that go like days on the road, and you know what I'm saying, like, because like when you're by yourself, and like you start, it's crazy. You start nodding off and driving into dividers and shit. So like I don't want to drive that by myself ever again.
Right. Yeah.
So Jay, so if we're doing that road trip, Jay, I'm going with you. We just have to figure out whose car we're taking.
A bunch of people. Okay, maybe bunch is overstating it, but I noticed that like we've been around long enough that some guys have made like mid-career shifts. Like obviously you got the new job with the fucking robot that fascinates you.
Yeah.
Nick Mann got a new job. James Pershing got a new job. Just dudes I know in my small circle. Rob doesn't have a job. Rob said, "Okay, see ya."
Yeah.
So it's just very interesting to think of like these dudes in their new context. Like we couldn't do beer therapy anymore because you work nights now.
Mm-hmm.
I know James Pershing's job keeps him up until the evening. He doesn't work nights, but it's very hard, and he gets home and he's a lot more tired than I think he used to be.
Right.
Who knows what fucking Kennedy is doing, scaring children at schools or something like that. Whatever it is he does down in the wilds of Georgia. And Rob's drumming, that's his job. His job is to drum. What a great life. What a great fuck. I am so jealous, Johnny.
Hey, you know what? Like, you just, you live, you work, and if you can retire, and retire comfortably, like, damn, man, more power to him. I'd do it. If I could do it, I would do it.
More power, more.
That's why I'm like, I'm waiting for. waiting for certain things in life to get going, like waiting for my wife to get that promotion so I don't have to go to work anymore.
Yeah.
She's like, my wife was like, she's like, would you stay at home? Would you? She asked me, she's like, would you be a stay-at-home dad again? And I was like, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I did that for almost a year, being a stay-at-home dad. I would definitely go back to doing that. It's a lot of work, but like it's not a job, It's just it's just a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah. We don't do it as good as women do. Let's be honest. They're gonna fret every day.
Oh, I do it better, man. I clean the house every day. I was cleaning the house every day, sweeping after the kids every day, make sure they got the. I picked them up from school, dropped them off from school, picked them up from school. While they were at school, I was cleaning. When they came home, homework, snack, shower.
Look at you.
Pajamas, dinner.
I remember that shit. Yeah.
And like dinner, and then it was like free time. Do what you want until bedtime.
Yeah.
And then bedtime. I had a whole thing.
Yeah,
and they had to listen because they
they'd lose a couple fingers if they didn't.
That's right.
By the way, have you adopted any new pets in the last couple of years?
We have a hamster.
Okay, was that a purchase or an adoption?
Purchase. So hamsters don't have a long shelf life.
No, they don't.
They don't. You buy it from the store. They just don't have it. So
I call them the Bic lighter of pets.
Yeah, right. And then like, what do you do when you don't want? We haven't had the life and death experience in this house yet.
Oh boy.
I mean, we lost a fish, and that like devastated my daughter. So the hamster is hers. And its name is Snowball. It's a white hamster. Well, Snowball, unfortunately, developed a tumor.
Hamster tumor.
The fucking hamster decided to develop a fucking tumor. So we're like, great. This thing's got like hours to live. What do we do? She's attached, So we do, what every parent would do at this time. We take care of it. We don't play with it that much. We leave it by itself, feed it, water it, all that stuff. But of course, like the thing's got a tumor. It's a fucking hamster with a tumor. It passes away. I gotta talk low because I don't want her to hear me.
Right.
It passes away. So what do you do? Like we went. We were like, went up to the pet store, and we were like, give us another one of these that look exactly like it. Because like we can't go through this right now. We just can't go through this. There's
That's a great call, by the way.
Not time for this life lesson right now. So
great call.
They don't have one that looks exactly like him. They have another hamster who's like twice the size of him. So we're like, how the fuck do we explain this to this girl? Like, this is the same hamster,
Yeah, now you're back to Dylan and the fucking bear with the hoodie and ears and no ears.
But this time it's a live animal.
Yeah.
So then we get as close as we could. We get a white short-haired hamster.
Got it.
I think the original Snowball was a white dwarf hamster. So if you ever seen a Russian dwarf hamster compared to a short-haired hamster, it kind of like, this is the dwarf hamster and this is the short-haired hamster. That's the size difference of these two fucking things.
Yeah.
So we were like, we got a whole new cage, everything, put him in there, play with him, make sure he wasn't going to be bitey. They got to warm up to you, really. They got to smell you and warm up to you before you can start really like playing with them.
Right.
And she comes home from school and we're like, oh, we got Snowball, brand new cage and all that stuff. And they're like, and then we had to be like, when we took him out, we noticed that Snowball grew up, So we were like, did this whole thing. And she's like, and she goes, oh, wow, he got so big. He looks like a big mouse now. And she's like, mice are not that big. I don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah. So
like, he doesn't have a tail. But she's like, wow, he got so big. And she was so happy and everything like that. Yeah. And she goes, the Snowball grew up. And I was like, yeah, Snowball grew up. Meanwhile, my wife, yeah, it worked. Meanwhile, my wife's out back digging a hole.
At least you just didn't pitch it in someone's bumper so you could get pissed on. Just like, get out of here, you fucking thing. Just
So
huck
yeah.
that thing.
So we you know
In a hole.
we did the old swap, we did the old swap,
Works for a live
and it worked.
answer
man.
hamster for a healthy one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. So yeah, I went through that. I told my wife, I said, look, when this one goes, like, it's time. We can't keep doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she got a brown hamster, I'm like, okay, we can do this all day, because the brown hamsters are a dime a dozen. Finding an all white hamster is very hard. They're common.
But you learn. Now you know, if you ever do something, you go with a better color and hair size that has easy replacements.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So I want to. This made me think of something. I want to close tonight with. I think out of all the therapies we did, I never told you the hermit crab story, or did I?
No, I don't remember.
Never telling you the hermit crab story. I'll just fast forward to the good shit. Okay, so this is before the twins are born, right? And I'm still, Kelly and I are still relatively new, like 8 years relationship, right? We have 3 kids. My oldest son, who's like, I don't know, 8, 9, 10, somewhere in there. One of his relatives brings him a hermit crab home from North Carolina, where they took a vacation. So he loves a hermit crab. Now, I don't know what fucking switch triggered in my wife, but I think she just needed to care for something. Okay. So that hermit crab becomes 4, 5, 6 hermit crabs.
Yeah.
No. Sorry. They didn't birth it. We just kept getting more.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha. And now we're into like 24 fucking hermit crabs. Johnny, we topped out somewhere between 45 and 60 hermit crabs. Okay.
Wow.
My wife buys this terrarium because now we're buying saltwater hermit crabs and freshwater hermit crabs, right? And you've got to design their habitats, and some need the little fucking saltwater pond and some freshwater pond. We're using Legos to. All right, so
yeah,
my wife is just going fucking nuts with the damn hermit crabs, right? One day I come home and I'm like, "What the fuck is that smell?"
Oh no!
It smells like something baking, but it's off a little bit.
Okay.
I come in and my wife's just, doing her shit in the kitchen, and I see 4 fucking cookie trays lined up with nothing but sand. Fucking sand all over the cookie trays. And I look at her and I'm like, "What are you doing?" Well, I was reading, and the sand that like you can buy from Walmart is good for the habitat, but it has this microscopic silica in it.
Yes.
And to get rid of the silica, you have to bake the sand at such and such degrees for so much time.
Okay.
She is baking 50 fucking pounds of Walmart sand, 1 cookie tray at a time, and making our house smell like not quite bad, but not quite good. All for these fucking crabs. She would go to Petco, and if their crabs looked like shit, she would advocate for the crabs. She would pull over one of the Petco, poor little hourly wage teenager. "Come here a second. Come here. And I'm just like, fucking hell, man. What am I into? But the thing is, when the crabs finally died, as they're about as durable as the hamster as far as, life expectancy, right?
Right.
I don't know if you saw it, if you crossed it, if you came about it, but we got a big river that runs by, as Johnny called the Allegheny. The kids and mom, I said, I am not taking any part of this because there's too fucking many of these things. I'm not doing this 20 times. Would take the shell and the husk of the crab, and they'd walk down to the shore of the Allegheny, and they'd say some fucking special words, and then they toss the little pricks into the fucking river. And that was the burial ceremony of these fucking hermit crabs. And the PS to the story is, shortly thereafter, we have the twins. We realize she's pregnant with the twins, and fuck those crabs. Just fucking died. Like, all of a sudden, they became part of the slumlords. They went from the penthouse to the outhouse in like 3 weeks flat. Oh my God, those fucking crabs. Those motherfucking crabs.
When you said,
holy cow.
When you said the house smelled like, and then you saw the trays.
Yeah,
I immediately thought that she was starting to bake the hermit crabs.
No.
I was like, oh my God, maybe that's what it was.
But those these fucking anyone who's had a hermit crab and has actually kept it for a while, didn't keep it for 3 weeks or whatever, they molt, the little pricks. We had to do so much shit for these stupid ass things. The little pricks molt, and when they molt, they get rid of the hard carapace until they grow the new outer shell. The problem is they send out a hormone that tells all the other crabs food. So it's the stupidest thing ever in nature. They are at their weakest and they send out a fucking hormone to say, come eat me. And so all the other crabs are like wanting to devour them. So you have to separate their little molting asses. And there's no guarantee they'll survive, but you put them in their own. We had a fucking big ass terrarium. We had a smaller terrarium. Then we had one of those little like 1 gallon like box things that was just for the little molting pricks. And they would stay in there. And if they died, they died. They lived, they lived. It was one of those fucking things.
Wow. I don't ever in my life want hermit crabs now. I don't want that shit.
I have so much useless hermit crab trivia because you had to play the game, Johnny. It's kind of like the cousin of, well, since she's a vegetarian, that makes me a vegetarian. It's the same game. I'm
like,
part of this thing.
We're hermit crab people now. That's it.
All right. So with that, hermit crab lovers or non-lovers, don't fall into the trap and make sure you buy a good, easily replaceable hamster. And don't buy rats either. Lab rats get a lot of tumors too, from what I understand. Watch your rodents. Watch your
rodents. Check on your rodents.
Anything you got to say for the good of the order before we shut her down tonight, Johnny?
This was fun. I wish we could do it regularly again.
Yeah,
I kind of got the bug.
I do too, but we don't have, without guests in Beard Show, we don't have a lot to talk about. I mean, my life is not that interesting. I don't know about you and your robot, but in your fucking your phone calls, but my life is just not that damn interesting. It's
just like random shit happens to me. That's why I don't know.
I'm good for one in the late summer once we get back from vacation.
Okay. We'll do one more. Yeah,
little preschool right before.
We should just do this quarterly. Just fucking do it quarterly.
We really should.
That's what we'll do.
Once every season, the seasonal therapy.
That's it.
Maybe that's what we should call it from now on too. Not just beard therapy. Just call it seasonal. We'll also call it beard therapy, but it'll be seasonal therapy. There may not be a lot of beard shit going on. Holy cow!
I don't know what I'm going to be doing soon. I mean,
Ricks in the river. I'm just looking at the comments. All right, so
it was Hermie. Oh,
well, for everyone, we got some old friends in here. We had we had the usual guys, which was awesome. Always great to see the usual crowd. Some cameos, some guys hanging around with us the whole time. I want to thank
we were up to almost 20 people at one point.
Shit, not too bad for an old guy in a.
That's right, exactly where I'm comfortable, and any more than 20, 25, I start to get a little nervous. So,
of course, we could have had 2, and if he had gotten that phone call, he would have gotten a little nervous. So the audience doesn't really matter as long as Johnny's around the phone. All right. So until summer therapy, this is spring therapy. So until summer therapy, hope you guys had a good time, and we'll see y'all soon.
Take care. Right, everyone. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Later.